How do letting and estate agents de-risk their business from all this legislation at the moment? Talk to me, Michael.
I'm not sure they can de-risk it from all of the regulation, apart from complying with it, of course. But I think from a business point of view, they need to lock customers in so that they're getting recurring income streams. A lot of agents are still doing an awful lot of let-only business, one-hit business. Lump sum, great, pays the bills this week, move on. But the value, both in terms of equity value of the lettings business, but also the long-term revenue value, is largely in fully managed, certainly in rent collect. And agents need to de-risk their business by doing more and more of that. If they were getting a regular recurring income stream, then they'd be earning money before they even got up in the morning.
What top tips have you got for agents converting let-only to managed?
Well, I think a lot of opportunity is obviously at the initial instruction, and it's really having a proposition, differentiating yourself to explain the benefits. Zoopla put out a lovely report at the end of last year, their State of the Nation address. It actually had the 5 main things that landlords wanted, all of which played into the hands of agents to be able to say, oh, we do this, this, this and this. We'll give you the peace of mind. We'll give you all of this stuff. Because it was things like, oh, I'm worried about finding a tenant. Will the tenant trash the property? Will I get my rent on time? All the stuff that a fully managed service would deal with, okay? So agents should be taking things like that and then using that to get the message across. But the other big opportunity area is on renewal. And most agents, generalising, perhaps that's not true, but an awful lot of agents see renewals as an administrative process. I see it as a sales opportunity. It is an administrative process. You have to go through various bits and pieces to do it. But what a fantastic opportunity to talk to the landlord. And there's a novelty, actually talking to your client.
Getting a landlord in for a cup of coffee?
Well,
unheard of.
Communicating, amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But to do that, and that landlord might have had some issues during the year or whatever, all of which you could provide a solution to by upselling the service.
If you sit down with them and talk to them.
Absolutely.
I mean, the amount of landlords I know that actually not swap agents, but have split their portfolio. But if you don't sit down and talk to them, you might not be able to get them.
Absolutely. So
it's scary, isn't it?
The renewal process and the instruction process are really your main 2 touch points.
Okay, that's on the letting agent side. What about the estate agency side? What are the big risks that people can de-risk with some really easy work?
Well, I think that the key would actually be it's people, process leads to performance and productivity and profit. And it's really making sure that everybody in your business understands their role, is equipped to deal with it, so they're managed, motivated and whatever, but it's having the processes into it. 80-90% of the business, in my view, is process driven. If you do the right things day in, day out, day in, day out, you tend to get the results. And I see businesses that have a month where they do this, then it's this, then this, then this.
Do you think they're more too people orientated and hope the process will sort
Well, I
itself
think too many people think that it's about entrepreneurial flair. And of course, there are some great entrepreneurs in the business, and there are people with tremendous flair, whatever, and that's a bonus. But it's absolutely of no good, no benefit at all if they're not basically doing the processes that underpin that. And so, the processes of making sure people do get contacted, following things up, all of that type of stuff. It is basic.
Boring though.
And old farts like myself get criticised for, oh yes, but that's what it was like 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Yeah. And you know what? It'll be like it in 10 years, 20 years and 30. We might be using technology better. We might have different channels for reaching people. But the basic principles are not changing, in my view.
Thanks very much, Michael. And if you think anyone would benefit from this video, please share it with them. Thanks very much.